Hey everybody, before this video starts, I just wanted to kind of make the short and sweet little announcement. I've made a second channel, and it is going to be for stream archives and let's plays and shit like that. So if you're into my older content, the one where I used to stream a lot and play Life is Strange and shit like that, head over to that second channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot more frequently there. Just kind of to remind you guys that this is a very, very, very long and tedious process to make these kind of videos. So if you want to see me more frequently, head over to that second channel. I'm going to be uploading there very, very soon. So, yeah. Also, don't forget to hit that fucking subscribe button because we're so fucking close to 1,000. Oh my God! And with that being said, let me go ahead and take you guys back a few years. Enjoy the video.
Ever wondered what it would be like to live life as a Toon? Well, here's your chance. Jump online and straight into ToonTown, where the city limits are as wide as your imagination.
Picture this. You're a child in 2003, and you've been hearing about the release of Disney's first ever online game for kids. You get to make your own character and meet all of the iconic cartoon characters of Disney's past. I mean, what child could pass up the opportunity to be Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck's friend? Today, we're going to dive into the nasty but albeit interesting history of ToonTown, the first MMO for kids. I was around 4 when this game came out, and I remember jumping for joy when my grandpa bought a computer because I finally had the chance to play my first ever online game. Most people didn't really own computers in their home around this time, so there wasn't as many players back then as there is now with its fan re-release, but ToonTown launched in beta in 2002, with its official launch being in 2003. It was met with an instant success, garnering an 81% on Metacritic and a 9 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 on all other gaming media platforms around that time. Even though the idea was so amazing, there are some things that I'm here to question today, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's talk about the amount of interactivity in this game first. Even though it was pretty much targeted solely for children, there was an amazing amount of customization for kids. You got to choose what species of animal you wanted to be, as well as face and color customization. And when you finished your character, the game gave you property for customization as well. There was a surprising amount of layers for the target audience, and the amount of minigames kept any kid busy if they didn't want to get into the combat, which, more on that later. If you wanted to earn money to buy new gags, which are weapons to fight cogs, the main enemy of the game, you'd play minigames, which the trolley had its own series of games, but if you didn't want to do that, then you could always fish, race go-karts, or even golf. Hi, Hunter in Editing here. Just kind of forgot to put this into the video. There's a lot of interactivity besides what I've mentioned. So you can also go to clothing stores and you can buy used gags and buy pets and shit like that. It is insane. The amount of interactivity that I totally forgot you had as a kid. Even now, I didn't even remember all of that shit. So, yeah, back to your regular schedule program. It was genuinely a treat to behold, but with that came the start of some pretty insane business tactics that even have entered mainstream, and it's heavily popularized today: forced subscription online. Now, I know that doesn't sound bad, but when this game first came out in 2003, it was new, and the game was targeted for kids 10 and under, so that became something pretty shady in itself, which arguably became more mainstream after World of Warcraft launched a year or two later, but it was forgiven because of its target audience being that of late to early teens and adults. With the online of ToonTown, child safety came into question. Besides the predatory tactics Disney used, they wanted to protect their players from that of physical predators. So, they made a system that pretty much made ToonTown the safest online kids game to play. Those same features worked so well that they've even been used in other online games such as Wizard 101, but that game is a whole video in itself. The game became easily one of Disney's most popular games, along with the other heavy hitter we all know and love, Club Penguin. Those games ran Disney's online gaming for some time until the infamous 2013 complete shutdown of both platforms. Reportedly, ToonTown servers had actually shut down a few years prior to the 2013 purge we all love to hate, but One of the lead developers had leaked that ToonTown was actually supposed to debut on mobile platforms and keep the same predatory tactics they implemented in 2003. They had talked about this for almost 2 years, from early 2015 to late 2016, but because of the backlash they had received from Club Penguin, they had decided that ultimately the decision wasn't a good one, and ToonTown sat in limbo for over 8 years before fans had decided they'd revive the game themselves and use a free-to-play tactic, which arguably makes this version of ToonTown the best version of itself. You could tell the passion that went into this and its revival, and see that it's now in good and capable hands for those players in my generation who want a little piece of nostalgia, as well as the probability to make some new memories, or even our generation showing the new one, an amazing online game that we know kids are safe to play with. The story itself is one that's been done to death, but at the time, the story was amazing. You're a Toon who's trying to revive the fun and life into the city again, and ironically, stop corporations from taking over and ruining the fun of ToonTown. Cogs are the main villains of the game, and their goal is to move business culture and gain profit. To stop them, you have to infiltrate their headquarters disguised as one of the 4 types of enemies: boss bots, law bots, cash bots, or cell bots. You'll eventually have to upgrade and get stronger attacks, and that's where Toon tasks come in. You'd have to do them to unlock more powerful gags. That makes combat a lot easier, and they get more powerful the more you use them. Gags themselves are very self-explanatory. They're slapstick gags that are what you'd expect them to be, honestly. A flower that sprays water, or a pie that you throw at cogs. The game had such a unique way of approaching online gaming, and it led to a lot of cool ideas that are still used today. One of the most popular ones being Wizard 101, implementing the same combat system and the same cartoony feel to the game, making the game feel as if it didn't take itself too seriously. ToonTown has such a special place in my heart, and it was mine and a lot of others' first introduction into online gaming and co-op. And it showed kids that everything is more fun when you have the right friends to play it with, which is why I've decided to dedicate this whole video to it. And honestly, I want to thank you guys for watching. This was such a cool idea that I've had for so long, and it means so much that I even got the chance to make this video. What kind of content creator would I be if I didn't give you guys some bloopers? So before this video ends, let me give you guys 2 short little clips that I thought were pretty funny. Let's see what fucking name I want to go with. Oh yeah, Spiffy Cum Bump. Let's go, boys. Spiffy Cum Bump is here to save ToonTown and everybody in it. Let's fucking go, boys.
Oh, what's that? I got you, bro. Spiffy Cum Bump is here to save the day.
With that being said, please remember to check out my second channel that I'm making. It's gonna be more catered to Let's Plays instead of this, because videos are getting a lot harder to make and they're taking a lot longer to make. So if you want to see more of me and the boys, then go hit up that second channel. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. And if you enjoy me enough, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Walked in that bitch, I got that stick to me. I got all your bitches